connecting to YouTube and everything right now.
Yeah, no, we got the notification. Get to T. Get to T.
So y'all think the Suns are gonna sweep the Clippers? They won game 1.
Hey,
That's a big question.
Yeah.
you know what, man? They might need to get that dude, that game 4 dude, or like in 4 guy, the one that became a meme and everything after beating those dudes' ass and then saying Suns in 4. They should have that dude.
Yeah, Boogie shitted on somebody. I was watching some of the highlights,
game.
and that fool dipped on somebody. It was like,
yeah, I saw it.
I was like, damn.
I was like, that was angry.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
an angry man right there. That's somebody said, I don't get no respect, god damn it.
Nope. Nah. I look at it like, hey, he finally got his ring last year with the Lakers. So even though he was hurt, he still got his ring. But he need to go out there and win one this year. So
yep. He needs to do more than that.
Yeah.
This year's tough. This year's tough. I do think the Clippers gonna bring him back though.
Mm-hmm.
Think so?
They'd be dumb not to.
They do need a big man like that.
Yeah. No, because
Boogie underneath.
A healthy Boogie is a very versatile player. Like, people don't understand how much he contributes to the game. Like,
oh yeah,
bro really can dribble. He can dribble. He can pass the ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a healthy Boogie is like Shaq in Orlando, but not as fast because the injuries and shit like that. So speed got cut down. Like, people really need to go check bro out when he was in fucking Kentucky. Oh my God, him and John Wall was out there.
They're balling.
Bro, what? Hey, people don't remember Boogie was really a fool out there, man.
Yeah,
really
that dude.
Yeah, nah, he just got fucked.
He's one of the more underrated guys.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Nah, that sack shit was disrespectful still.
Yeah, they shitted on that fool in that. Yeah, trade that fool in the middle of it. What, the middle of the play of the All-Star game?
All-Star, bro. It was like right after the All-Star game. He found out. Like, they told him in his head. Like, what? Like, what? Bloody? Like that bloody? Yeah, man. I've been fucked with Boogie. And I want to go. I hope he do that shit again. Because it was supposed to be in Houston, but then he got released from Houston.
Yeah, because he was starting doing good. Like, he been pretty close to being almost healthy this whole year. So he's been out there playing and been contributing. And then he was out there with Houston. I thought, he reunited with John Wall. So I'm like, he gonna be out here and shit. Like 12 days later, they was like, he being released. I'm like, what the hell? And then Houston just fell off after that. The fools went, yeah.
More than fall off.
I wonder, didn't John Wall get hurt again?
He was hurt like right before he left Houston. I think Wall was hurt. Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm hearing. Kind of. Just sounds. Just sounds and static.
From me?
Mm-hmm.
I can hear him. You can't hear him? Yeah.
All my apps are off.
What internet service provider do you have?
Xfinity.
Oh man, I don't know. I feel like they didn't connect all your cords the right way, man. They're normally good.
You might be right, honestly. Might be right.
Yeah, they're normally good. Because when I had when I was in my old apartment, when we first started the podcast, I had Comcast Business because I ended up getting the wrong internet service.
That's
I
what I
didn't
need
want
to
to let
get.
that shit go. That shit was amazing.
Oh, the business one? Oh yeah, dude, that you're perfect Wi-Fi at that way. Everything's fucking connected. That's what we got to do. Bro, we were just
Man, I
talking.
was
You
on
know
the
what?
go.
We might bring it up a little bit later on the show, but we were just talking about it. Me and Matt's thinking about just doing the setup and everything just at his house, since he's got the
Yeah, I heard
garage
that.
and everything. Oh yeah, you were. Oh, that's right. I just had to move it. Yeah, so there we go. But the whole thing is, him and I would be there, but it's you and Jen that we got to start thinking about actually getting to the place.
Well, I mean, I feel like doing it periodically, or like, you know what I'm saying, at least have one monthly show that we're all together.
Yeah,
would
that's
suffice
hella
for
doable.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it couldn't be every week because that'd be tremendously expensive for me.
Yeah.
So
that's very true. That's why we said you got to move out here, bro.
yeah, fuck no. It's hot as a son bitch. Hey, yo, I ain't trying to move back to the South and pay California prices. That's a negative. That's a negative, bro. When I stayed out there, I lost weight so fast.
It's hot.
Yo, I used to walk everywhere. I just because I had a car, I hated it, but I used to walk everywhere. I lost weight so fucking fast.
That shit had me so drained yesterday. I wasn't even like in a direct sun. Like I had a canopy and I was under the trees. But I think just that time it took me just to load my equipment back in the car and get home. Like by the time I got home, I was just like dehydrated as hell. And I was drinking like the big ass jugs of Gatorade. And I was just like, man, I'm like, I just want to lay down and go to sleep. I'm like, this sun just fucked me all up.
Man, them dietitians back when we was kids, when all of us were kids at some point, you know what I mean? They had a good point with them 3 square meals, because boy, I don't like eating breakfast and I come outside to smoke in the morning. That sun be whooping my anus. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I'm a free day. Oh my gosh, I come out later in the morning.
I'm not a breakfast guy.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I'm just not really. I don't know what it is, bro. Like, if anything, I'll snack on something, but like when it comes to a big breakfast, I don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is.
But I prefer eating the breakfast foods at night. I just like that better.
You like the breakfast for dinner type of thing.
Yeah, at night for sure, especially like steak and eggs. You know what I'm saying? With some fucking country fried steak with gravy.
Hey, a good country fried steak and eggs, a good one, is definitely one of those all points of the day type of meals you can have.
This is not an ad, but shout out to the old Asian lady that used to work at All Star Burger in Newark, California. Shout out to you. I forever love you. During the times I was living there from 2011, and you disappeared around 2016, 17. So kudos, shouts to you. Kudos to your cooking. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all living well. Because she used to cook that country fried steak also al dente, my dude. I know that's for pasta, but I promise you, oh my gosh.
On that note, let's get this show started. All right, ready? 5, 4, 3, 2. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode 72 of the All Pro JAFFOs. We're not nameless, we're not faceless. Definitely born for fucking greatness. Here to break it down while breaking ground. I'm your host, JP. As always, with me, the best DJ in the entire fucking country, Mr. DJ Matt Sticks.
What up?
And we have the one and only 6'10" beast from the southeast, Mr. Country Kate.
Hey, konnichiwa, people. And happy Father's Day.
Yes, happy Father's Day to everybody on this beautiful Sunday. That's pretty much the reason why Ms. Jen isn't going to be with us today. She's probably doing something with her dad. But again, from all of us, happy Father's Day to everybody. Yesterday was Juneteenth. We're recording this on Sunday, June 20th, 2021 from yesterday. Happy Juneteenth to everybody yesterday. Matt Six, talk a little bit about that event you did yesterday, man. Talk about it.
So yesterday was up in Placerville. Everybody know Placerville. Well, if you don't, you should know Placerville. It's pretty red up there. Very Trump country, very Proud Boyish, very three percenters. We just gonna name them all out. All these, the bad folks. But a group of us, we've been making change up there. So yesterday was Placer County's first ever Juneteenth celebration that was organized by See My Child. It's not my organization, but it's an organization that I'm affiliated with. Actually, the organizer of that event is one of my admins for my organization. So we just all everybody's tied in together. So there's about 6-7 different organizations. So we had different vendors out there yesterday. The Tuskegee Airmen was out there yesterday.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, we had the Tuskegee Airmen out there yesterday. Yeah, so
damn.
It was a nice official event. It may have been maybe 15 black people, but a whole lot of white people came out to support. It is what it is. It's a black holiday. We're not going to commercialize it. We still want more. We still waiting for reparations, but we take baby steps. So you got to crawl before you can walk. So we still want the top, but we got to start somewhere. So as them acknowledging it as a federal holiday, it's a start. I know there's mixed signals. Some people like it's not good enough. Well, we didn't have that, so at least we got that. So I wish we could get a whole month and not 28 days. Why we can't get one of the March, March for Black History Month. We can't even get a full month. We got to wait 4 years to get 29 days on a leap year. So but yeah, that was a good event. I DJ'd that yesterday, and it was just good just to see community come together. They had food out there. I put on what song did I put on? I had the whole crowd up there. What was that shit?
Yeah, the Cupid Shuffle.
Cupid Shuffle, yeah. So all the folks got up. They made it. Now I started playing it, and enough folks wasn't up, so they was like, "Start that over." So I started over. Somebody came and grabbed the mic, and they started making everybody get up. And you'll see the videos. You got the old white lady dancing in the video. You got just the whole community getting together, just having a good time together, just making change. So, it's slowly coming, but it's definitely happening. So,
bro, we were playing the fuck out of that song at my wedding.
Oh yeah, we finna turn up. I got a whole playlist with it.
Bro, that song, everybody will be on the fucking dance floor for that song. I promise you. Basically, all the line dancing songs my family is all on.
Oh yeah.
That shit was wild. That shit's great to see though. I saw the live video and everything of it. I was just like, it's good to see community come together and kind of acknowledge, because that's the whole thing we talk about, man. The more we can acknowledge our past, the more we can, move on to the future. Just learn from our shit. Let's not make the same mistakes. When we do make those mistakes, apologize and become a better person. That's all you gotta do. It's really simple.
And it was cool.
Really simple to being a good human being.
And also yesterday marked the very first year of my organization as well. Yesterday, that's kind of when we got started, was Juneteenth. That was my first protest that I'd organized on Juneteenth.
I was with you on that day.
Yeah, you came out there, yeah. So, it marks a year. So
that picture popped up again on my Facebook timeline yesterday.
Yeah.
I saw it. I was like, oh, shit, that's right. We were out there.
Yeah, yep.
On that day.
It's been cool to see, and a lot of people out there, they didn't know that it was many people, like-minded people. It wasn't until we started the organization and really got going, and people was like, man, there's more of us out here. So it's just having these events, it's just more and more people coming out and seeing we're not out here just about, rah, rah, rah. Yeah, we're going to protest when we need to, but, we more about, trying to build that bridge in the community, just trying to bring everybody together. And, we all gotta live together. We all gotta cohabitat together. So we might as well just all be a family and fuck all the bullshit.
We don't have to always agree.
Yep.
But we gotta be able to fucking listen at some point. And by all means, people, don't be so sensitive. Let's take some fucking jokes too. Man, I've seen a lot of these people get out there just getting hammered and stuff like that because of a joke. These comedians out here can't really do their job.
Yeah.
They're supposed to find basically funny in a dark place. That's what they're there for. Stuff to make that normally makes us feel uncomfortable. They get us to release a little bit of tension and laugh. That's their job. That's what they're there to do. You got to have a sense of humor about things.
Yeah.
You can't go through life all pissed off and everything all the time. There's a time to fight and there's a time to laugh. You can be able to do both. So let's just get better as a people, man. It's just one step at a time. One step at a time. Let's not get we don't get complacent. We don't get too comfortable where we're at, but we got to at least be able to appreciate the steps that you take. All right, because every step is in the right direction. You at least have to be proud of that.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, let's get into it. First topic of the day. Gotta talk about that MMA and boxing and stuff like that. But Matt Sticks. Let them know, man. What the fuck just happened? What are we looking at right now?
This story comes out the other day that Logan Paul has decided that I guess he feeling like he on top of the world, because he didn't lose to Mayweather. I guess he went on 8 rounds. So now this cat wants to call out Mike Tyson. Like somewhere in that last fight, you got hit in your head too hard, thinking you finna call out Mike Tyson and go step in the ring, talking about Tyson is old. Tyson may be old, but Tyson will whoop your ass. So you
know what I think it is? I think Logan is still salty from that press conference that they had when basically Tyson said straight up to Logan's face, Mayweather's gonna whoop your ass. Maybe he's salty when it comes to that. But dude, Logan, let's look at it. You were 0-1 going into the Mayweather fight. You went the distance. Sure. Cool. But you're technically 0-2 now because, yes, that whole fight you were getting your ass kicked. If you go against Mike Tyson, and not even so when you call him out like this, you're not asking for exhibition Mike Tyson.
Nah.
You're asking for the baddest man on the planet. And when you're asking for the baddest man on the planet, more than likely, you're going to get the baddest man on the planet.
Yeah.
And I keep saying it because Mike Tyson, I think, would kill that man in the first if you don't go like exhibition. So if you go exhibition rules, but you allow the KOs like they did in this last fight, best believe Tyson's going to want to do it. Tyson's going to want to go, okay, now he's talking shit. He just got his ass whooped and everything. You saw what I did to Roy Jones Jr. You know that I could still move. You know that I could still pack a fucking punch. And there's not a weight difference anymore. There's not the Logan Paul outweighing, Floyd by 30 pounds, 40 pounds or whatever like that. It's not like you got a guy who's the same weight, if not heavier than you are, years of boxing experience and still has speed and movement, even at his age right now. Man, those dudes are getting brave. They're either bold or they're stupid.
I mean, his lawyer even told him, he was like, don't do it. He's like, Tyson will rip your head off. And he told his lawyer, he's like, you seen what I just did with Floyd? What made you think I can't beat Tyson? I'm like, well, you didn't do nothing with Floyd. Like, okay, you went 8 rounds, but what did you really do?
We can watch the tape.
I'm like, tripping, dude.
What the... you know what? In a way, I kind of hope it happens because you know what? I would love to see Mike Tyson just give him a liver shot that puts him down forever. That just one of those huge body shots that Tyson was known for.
Yeah. I'm like, you ain't built like Jones. Like Jones, like he took the punches, but clearly he was in the hospital after with some broken ribs. Like you ain't built like that. Bro,
Mike Tyson. What do you think, Kay? You got the background up there. I see. What are you thinking right now? This.
Like this.
This. Exactly this. You want to fucking look at that right now? Like,
like, what the fuck is he thinking? You know, I don't know. I think he thinks that he's going off of science. Like these dudes aren't. Yeah, science.
What the fuck does science have to do with any of this?
Science tells you that when people get older, they lose a step or two. Their body starts to slow down. You know what I mean? Their reflexes aren't as fast as of a younger person. So if you put yourself in that mentality, thinking, "Oh, he's just old," I'm you know what I mean? I got the youth on my side. Boxers, when they get older, skill outweighs, you know what I mean, speed and all that shit.
Yeah, they have to adapt. The older that you get, that's just what you have to do.
How he swung at Mike when Floyd was blocking all them bullshit ass throws, and he was just tuckering himself out there. Mike go uppercut the fuck out of him, and it's over with that quickly.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna still be looking like this at the end of the day, like at the beginning or end of the fight. I'm gonna have my best Sada Baby impression without laughing.
It's just like, but there's always those cases in history that, yeah, like you said, like the older people get, it's just naturally how it happens. But there's always those one, two, handful of people who defy the odds of Father Time. Tom Brady, great example of one person. At 43, 44, he shouldn't be doing what he's doing, but he's doing it. I think Mike Tyson is in one of those categories because this dude, even at his age, we saw how he came in. He was in shape. He looked fucking good. He still looks fast. He still has the head movement. He still has the footwork. Granted, is he as fast as he was when he was 19, 20 years old? Becoming the youngest heavyweight champion of all time? No. But I can tell you right now, he still moves better than half of the current fucking heavyweights in the business right now.
See, I don't think Tyson gonna fight him because Tyson had responded and he wasn't happy about Floyd fighting him. He's like fighting YouTubers is like watching WWE. So he didn't even think it was a smart move for Floyd to be boxing him anyway. So I don't think he's not finna waste his time like Tyson though. Like, what's the benefit in it for him? Like, besides just whipping
the charities and stuff that he's doing, that's the benefit. I mean, that's what he's been doing the exhibitions and stuff for now. Lately it's got to go to his charity. So I think it would be something, especially if Logan Paul and his team can give, because you got to be able to give Tyson the incentives to do it. Mm-hmm. It's got to be good enough. The money's got to be good enough, whether it's going to charity or whatever. It's got to be good enough for him to agree to do that. Now, if he does do it, again, we might just see Logan Paul end up dying, on live TV. But it'll be worth the $40-$50 that we're going to have to pay to see Logan Paul die on live TV against Mike Tyson. It's just...
That shit going to be 100. It's going to be 100 because you forgot he signed to Showtime now.
Who? Logan?
Yeah, they got a deal with Showtime.
Oh, my God.
Y'all, you got to read a little bit.
Hey, Showtime Boxing, I don't know how you'll ever hear this. Fucking bad move.
I don't think
bad move.
I don't think so.
Horrible move. Now, when it comes to money and people wanting to pay money to see these dudes get their asses kicked, people are going to do it. But it's almost making a joke of the sport at that point. It's like, bro, you got all these talented boxers out there that deserve to be getting their name and deserve these pushes, and then they're getting outshined by a YouTuber. Like, bro. If I was a boxer, I'd be pissed. To be completely honest with you, I'd be pissed off.
Two things. Firstly, if you were a boxer and you were pissed off, take your energy out on your opponent and start getting bigger fights. That's first. And secondly, to be Showtime's advocate, How many fights have you watched on Triller before the Logan Paul series? I don't think any.
I don't think I even watched. The only thing on Triller that I watched was the one when I went to Mad Six House when we watched the Tyson Jones fight. That was on Triller. I have never paid
that was
for a
before,
Logan or Jake Paul fight.
That was before a Paul brother fight, bro.
That was after.
After, before, it don't matter. They still was on there. My point is, they're drawing people to that shit. You know what I'm saying? They drawing people to come watch. They draw Floyd out by paying him 190 million, however much it was. He has the ability to get people to pay to come watch fights. That's why Showtime got him. It had nothing to do about his ability and skill. It's his watchability. How many people coming? That's a business move. It ain't got nothing to do about his skill. Business is business, bro. They ain't even think about skill. They think about survival, because people really want watching Showtime like that. Not the fights. They getting people now like on their regular network, but Showtime boxing ain't getting no views like that.
HBO and Top Rank and ESPN, especially like ESPN Plus, they started taking over a lot of the viewership when it came to boxing. So Showtime really was starting to kind of lose its luster when it came to having fights, even on their regular programming, not even their pay-per-view buys.
Thank you for proving my
HBO
point.
was taking all that. Yeah, you're right. But again, that's pay-per-view buys. That's not regular TV.
But that's my point. So they're thinking business. They're trying to get that business money. They're not thinking nothing else but business. They're not thinking anything about trying to keep the culture alive, trying to keep any views and anything like that alive. They're thinking money, business. We're trying to stay alive, bro. So in order to do that, we got to get a Paul brother. We got to get these Paul brothers. They getting people to come. They filling seats. You know what I'm saying? Like, we able to get venues now.
I just need to see both of them get knocked out by a real fighter.
Well, you're gonna see on Showtime.
And then nobody will take him seriously after that point. I mean, I don't think anybody really truly takes him seriously now, but still,
I got that. But at the same time, all them fighters got a price. It ain't like you buying people out like that, but all them fighters got a price. Every single one of them. That's why they signed up to fight. They ain't fighting for free. And if they was doing that, they'd be in jail or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some real. So they fighting for money. They fighting to feed their family. So some of them gonna take that Showtime money, because Showtime got the money to take that risk to pay somebody. Might fuck around to see Jake Paul fight. Which one fought Floyd? You gonna see the other Paul brother fight that boy
Logan.
on Showtime. Yeah, so the other brother gonna fight Floyd on Showtime. Jake gonna fight.
Jake is fighting Woodley.
I'm saying not now. I'm not saying now, but I'm saying
no. I said soon. Yeah.
But that's coming up. That's already signed, sealed, and delivered. Like, we know that's coming. You know what I'm saying? But that's to be Showtime's advocate, because I agree with you. It's a joke. It's all bullshit, because it's like y'all could be trying to get other fights that people want to see, but you're not.
But it's
so they trying to get this.
I mean, look, in some ways, when you talk about like the main card, like the main event card or part of the fight, you still have the undercard fights and everything else like that. And you've had undercard fights in these, Logan Paul fight, Jake Paul fights and stuff like that have, put some guys' names out there. They performed really well. Either it was a really good fight, or one dude, whooped somebody else's ass, in impressive fashion, or however it is. So they're still giving some guys a little bit of shine, but it's just, I don't know, man. I think one of these Paul brothers, if not both of these Paul brothers, need to get knocked out in a way that's such a brutal fashion that they should never get back in the ring again. For boxing to kind of be like, we don't take, like, YouTubers want to come out and try, they can't hang with us. We're real. Like, this is how people actually do things. You know, so it's kind of like the sooner you can put these guys away, the sooner you can kind of make a name for yourself, something that's legit. I mean, but when we're talking about legitimate fights, we want to be talking about ones like this coming weekend, which I hope all of us will be. Are we all going to be here this coming weekend? Was that the plan?
What day?
I believe it was Saturday.
But depending on the time, I got a show Saturday afternoon, early afternoon though.
Early afternoon is
It's
what
like
time?
2 hour, like 2 hour. I think it's like 12 to. I think it starts at like 12.
Okay. Well, this week, well, I thought we were at some point it's either Sunday or Saturday or something like that. We were talking about all of us being able to finally get together, at least for an episode, maybe get a couple of Rays commercials or something like that shot. And then on top of that, on Saturday, the 26th, Gervonta Tank Davis is taking on Mario Barrios for the WBA super lightweight title. And that fight to me is something that is like, if you're a purist or if you're somebody who actually, you know, enjoys watching boxing, this is something that you can kind of look at and appreciate, because especially somebody like Davis, that dude, how would we describe Davis's fighting style, or like how he is? Because he's got punching power like nobody in his division. He puts people's lights out with one shot, no problem, on a constant basis. And when you come against a guy like Barrios, which I had to do a little bit of research on, I mean, he's no pushover either. I'm pretty sure what I looked at, they were both undefeated. So it kind of, I mean, whoever wins obviously loses their, you know, undefeated streak. But I don't see, have you guys seen anything on Davis? Because from what I've seen, I don't think this guy can be beaten by at least Barrios.
Tank be knocking fuckers out, man. Like, that's the simplest way to explain his fighting style, to answer your first question. And to answer your second question, nah, Barrios finna get his ass whooped. Simple as put.
What do we predict?
Really like waste time in describing, but which round? I'll say fifth.
Fifth round? Fifth round knockout by Davis? All right, let me put that down. K picks.
And put FIF.
Fifth
FIF.
round KO.
So many amendments in the Constitution. I'll pick the
What do you think, Matt Sticks? Have you seen any of Gervonta Davis?
Nah, I'm watching some highlights right now though, so I'm gonna say like the seventh round.
Seventh round KO?
Yeah. Yep.
Damn. Okay. Let's go. Seventh round KO.
Ain't that bad. They ain't that bad. I wanted to go later, but I feel like he gonna catch him with a right.
What I was thinking, bro, what's honestly crazy is I was actually thinking the sixth. Like when I was thinking about it, I think Davis will take him into the mid rounds. You know, maybe either get him to punch out or beat him up a little bit, and then once he gets to the sixth or seventh round, he'd put him down. So I'm gonna go, since Mad Six went with the seventh, you went with the fifth. I'll go with the sixth. With the 6th round KO. I think that's how it's going to go. So either way, universally, we're all kind of looking at it as a mid-round knockout. Because, dude, Matt, if you're looking at him right now, and I can see a little bit of the on your face, you're like,
oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
and I'm looking like most of the rounds that he's winning is like between like the 5th and the 7th round. So like most of the knockouts is usually like between like, so it's gonna average probably like 6 rounds. If you like take an average, it's gonna be about 6 rounds.
Yep.
I think I'm feeling good about my numbers here. I think I'm feeling good about it. But I mean, that's going to be.
He looked pretty good. Yeah.
Dude, he's a fucking brawler, dude. That dude goes in just no fucks given. He plays bully boxing to a certain extent as well, but he's not as like, I would say like Wilder's kind of that bully, but he kind of swings wild. There's no real technique to him.
Yeah.
Davis is that, but he has technique.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's that type of guy. So I don't know, man. This is gonna be a hell of a fight. That's what I'm thinking. Like if all of us can get together to watch this fight and get a podcast done, yeah. Look at that. You seeing it? You see it? He said, "Dang,
you might want to protect your head at all times."
For real, the dude's got power, bro.
Getting pounded.
Well, he's signed to Mayweather, right?
From Mayweather Promotions. Yep.
Yeah.
That's one of the big promotions that's doing this whole thing. So.
Yes, sir.
Showtime, but yeah, I mean, hopefully we can all get together. Maybe if we do that, we can get a live reaction to the fights or something like that. There's another thing on Spotify now that we can be more interactive with our listeners. They have something now called Spotify Green Room, and it's basically you can go in there, either start a podcast or start up a room, and while you're watching something or talking about any specific questions, if we're talking to each other, our listeners or whoever can join the room and join the conversation. So if you guys want to get down and talk with us on that, be sure to look for us there. It's at the JAFFOs on Spotify Green Room, the JAFFOs. So yeah, if we could do that live, that would be pretty sick. To have the whole podcast and everything like that, that would be pretty sick. We can't. We're eventually going to get this fucking done. We've eventually got to get an episode where it's all of us on the same thing. But getting back to the boxing, tribute to the Kings pay-per-view happened last night, and Anderson Silva actually beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. by split decision, which was the big story of the weekend. Nobody really, I mean, everyone knows Anderson Silva from the UFC, how dominant he was in his time. So now you see all these MMA fighters who come into boxing don't really do all that well. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. has, he's not anywhere near as good as his dad was, but, he's had experience in the boxing world. So you look at it and you would think Chavez Jr. would have the upper hand, but by split decision, Anderson Silva actually beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. And I was looking at the highlights for some of it, and Silva was playing with him. We saw him in the UFC always playing with it. He was playing with Forrest Griffin before he knocked him the fuck out completely with just a jab. The way he did that in the ring, the way he would in the UFC. And that was actually pretty, because I don't know what was up Julio Cesar Chavez's ass, because I couldn't understand what he was doing, to be completely honest with you. I'm like, the dude is sitting there with his hands down. Go. Like, you're going to let him taunt you? I've never understood that with fighters. When either in a street fight or whether it's in a regular fight or whatever, what is it about somebody showboating or doing something stupid, putting their hands down or whatever, that makes people fucking freeze and not take advantage of the shot? I honestly don't understand. We saw that other one a few days ago. The dude was dancing in the ring and couldn't back up quick enough, got kicked in the fucking face and knocked out. Like, I never understood that. That was one thing. You're literally 1 foot away. You're within punching distance from a dude, and he has his hands down and he's moving. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting? Like, what is it about guys showboating in the ring that makes people freeze? Is it the shock of, I can't believe this guy's doing this right now? Or, because I feel like there would be way more knockouts against guys like that if people would just stop freezing. I mean, I could understand, momentum. Like if at the beginning of the fight you get like the first 4 or 5 rounds or so, that you're just beating this dude's ass. You're taking him to school. There's nothing that he can do. He's backing up the entire time. So yeah, I can understand how, that type of person in that moment could be, doing a little showboating, doing a little whatever. But when you're in an actual, like a close fight and somebody starts doing that, they're that close and they start looking away and putting their hand. Why are you not putting the jab in their fucking jaw? I don't understand. Have you ever seen that? Like in real life, have you ever seen somebody do that and you just see someone freeze?
Mm-hmm.
And you ever ask yourself, hit him?
Yeah. Yeah, you would think. That's your moment, yeah.
Has anyone ever done that with you?
Mm-mm.
Nope. I mean, let's be honest, it'd be over quicker than they would even have time to.
No,
they wouldn't have any time to
shit. Now it's funny because like growing up, I wasn't in many fights. Like I always like steered away from fights. Like I was just never like a brawler or wanted to fight. I always just found a way just not to fight. Like it wasn't like that I couldn't. I just I just chose not to fight. And then but I got into a few tussles, I've put a few through a fence or two, but I just try to keep it in a contained environment now, so I just keep it on the mat.
No. Keyword in it. Or two, he said. There are a few fences that have fucking body prints of dudes going through them. Oh shit! That's just.
But no, I'd rather just keep it contained.
Nobody has time.
So I just keep it on the mat now. I just keep it contained and just have fun with it and just practice. So hopefully I never have to use it, but if I do, then sorry.
Hey, I always look at it this way. If I ever get into a fight, it's because somebody else started it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you start it, I'm going to finish it.
Yeah.
If I lose the fight, whatever, but you're going to get bloodied up with me, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're not going to be getting away without something. So, that's saying, I've never been afraid to actually lose a fight. But it's like you're gonna get a fucking shot to the jaw, maybe 2 or 3, but for your fucking troubles on the way out, bro.
Oh god! Oh god!
How many fights have you been in, Kay? I want to know. That's what I want to know. How many people have actually tried to loke up to a 6 foot fucking 10, just giant? How many times?
Me at 6'10", I've probably been in not as many fights as you would think. Like a good handful at 6'10". But growing up, I had a whole shitload of fights. Whole bunch of rite of passage fights and a whole bunch of fucking, bunch of bullshit ass fights. Growing up as a kid, but. Middle school was probably the worst shit ever. Like it was, bro. My middle school was like
I don't mean to
interrupt.
Turn your camera on, okay? Because on YouTube you're not showing. I'm only seeing your back.
Because I got.
Yeah, you got the background up and everything, but it's not showing on YouTube. I want everyone to know that there's at least somebody there, and it's not just a voice.
The voice,
because they can't see what we see with the Shannon Sharp. Eyes wide open. They can't see that. But no, going back to your point, like
I'm on YouTube now.
Well, yeah, you will be. It'll come up right now. It's a little behind us.
Well, that was the picture that was up.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I was in, middle school. We had a shitload of fights. Like my middle school was extremely fucking crazy. After I left the art school because of fighting. But yeah, bro, like it was a whole bunch of crazy shit. But I was really laughing because he was like, "Hey, if I lose the fight, you gonna get bloodied up too, motherfucker." That shit,
For
the way he
real.
said it was hilarious. I agree with you. I
Like
100% agree with you. I mean, I ain't mad 6 or nothing. Like I ain't got no black belt. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I know how to throw these motherfuckers. Let's just say it like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna make it
throw
seem
the
like I'm the baddest
fucking
motherfucker.
can.
Like Mad Six said, I tried to stay away from trouble too. Like I'm always been friendly as fuck. Now I'm more reclusive and angry, but but I
Well,
was
the
more
reason
like I
why
was
I
super
asked
friendly.
because
Like I got along with a lot of people.
the reason I asked is because there are always those people that see a big guy, especially somebody as big as you, and always want to prove their fucking manhood to somebody that big.
Oh no, yeah, no, I got in
Like,
a lot of tiffs. They
okay,
never turned into fights because I've always made the decision to de-escalate the situation. I always had motherfuckers with Napoleon complex, bro. Like I get that all the time. That's what it's called. That's
yeah,
literally what
yeah.
it's called. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, Napoleon was actually like
so
5'9". He was actually kind of
shit,
average height.
Oh wow.
I mean, to be honest with
So
you,
like the system that they were using for measurements at that time, it made him out to be, what is it, like 5? Everyone thought he was like what, 5'2", 5'3", something like that. Like everyone thought he was hella short, but then when the system
short,
or whatever changed, the actual measurement turned out that he was actually an average height, like 5'9", 5'10" size guy.
I feel like motherfuckers back then was just taller and more sturdy. Like they were built more sturdy.
I feel like most of the leaders back then were the very few tall big people, because back in those days, bro, people were averaging like 5'5", 5'6". Like they were not that tall. Sorry, everybody. Jesus Christ was only like 5'3". I'm just saying. He was tiny. He was tiny. Everybody else at that point was tiny. You know, we all kind of evolved to get into the 6 foot and above range. This wasn't something that everyday things. But the few people,
well, I'm gonna tell you one thing.
At that time, yeah.
The one thing, he might have been 5'3". That man was out here a whole carpenter, bro. So I'm gonna tell you right now, he was lifting timbers and all that fucking malin wood. They was using wood.
But they weren't full size couches.
Bro, it don't matter. You whittling wood all day, every day, bro. It don't matter how big you making shit. Your hands and your arms are strong, fam.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that's just real.
I was about to say, I was like, he was basically making our equivalent to stools. Like they were talking about like chairs and all that.
They were making doors too. You think people weren't having doors? Like they were making doors for people that had money for sure. People probably had
the doorways,
the little curtain
for everybody.
They had the little curtain up. Like, you know what I'm saying? When nighttime comes, we'll close the curtain. You know what I'm saying? Get it in with the fire.
But yeah,
well, not his house.
But still, like you always see those people who want to, especially when you're at a bar and everything like that. Dude gets too drunk, sees somebody. It's almost like a prison mentality. You got to fight the biggest guy in the room to get your respect, type of thing. Find the biggest guy and just punch him in the fucking face as hard as you can. Like that's basically the mentality of it, and it usually ends very, very wrong for them. And that goes back to the Logan Paul thing. I don't know what gave you this false sense of ego to think that you can go up against Mike Tyson, but he's the wrong motherfucker to go up against. So I don't know, man. This whole fight game has been, I mean, crazy to say the least. I don't even think my grandpa watches boxing anymore because of this fuckery that's going on pay-per-view every damn week. He's not a fan of the Logan brothers, I'll tell you, or the Paul brothers, I'll tell you that.
Well, me and your granddaddy for sure got something in common, for sure, right there. For sure. So But yeah.
But MMA, let's see. Conor McGregor is going to be fighting July 10th against Poirier again. So for the third time. And yeah, that's pretty much everything that's gone on in the fight game. Right now, quick update on the NBA before we get into Kay's topic of the day. Goes right into NBA. Right now in the fourth, Hawks and the Sixers in Game 7 with 10:35 left in the fourth quarter. It is 76-76. So this game is coming down to the wire. And I mean, hey, I'm Lakers and Warriors and all of them, like they haven't been in it, but you know what? These young up and comers that are in the league have been putting on a fucking show. Like this playoff series that's been going on so far, especially with Phoenix, Devin Booker went off again today. 120-114, Phoenix beat the Clippers in game 1. But it's just, dude, the young talent and everything like that that's going into this, and Trae Young's name and brand is growing big time. Embiid, the same thing. Devin Booker's star is only rising. At this point, it's just insane. Brooklyn got eliminated. Look, dude, KD, the shot that he made to send it into overtime, he was literally 2 inches away from being behind the 3-point line, actually ending the game.
And blamed it on his foot.
He said, I was 3 inches away from ending their lives. And it's like, well, then you had another opportunity to actually end lives in OT in the air ball. I mean, at least hit the rim. At least hit the rim. But hey, KD, we had talked about it before about KD, that this is his opportunity to kind of prove that he can do it on his own. Numbers wise, he did. I mean, he scored the most points in a game 7 in NBA history, even though in a losing effort. He had a triple-double the day before. Harden was, even on the court, he was nowhere to be found. Like, KD was taking up everything, and Harden couldn't. I think actually Harden kind of couldn't hold his weight. He was dragging the team down. But I'll be honest with you, Harden was non-factor. And that's not what he was there to be. He was there to be somebody who was actually going to contribute, complement KD, and he didn't do that in this last game. And that kind of proves James Harden throughout his career. You have good series here and there, but then when it really comes down to it, he's nowhere to be found, and they end up losing.
Yeah, to me, he's not that really good of a ball player, so he just...
Really?
I don't think...
You don't think James Harden's that good?
Nope.
Damn. As a complete player, or is he a specialist in your eyes?
He's good. He's good. He's good at what he does, but I don't think he's like... I wouldn't put him like in top list of players. Yeah.
Okay, I feel that. All right, so in James Harden's case, he was hurt this go round. I give him that. His hamstring was fucked. I'm not even gonna sit here and flex about it. He fucked his hamstring up 15 days before that.
Then don't play. If you're gonna bring your team down, and he didn't
play for most of that series. He played, the last 2 games. He tried. He tried to hold out. Like it got rough for KD. The boys started coming back, started whooping them. Man, look, KD definitely picked up the slack for both of them. And if you're gonna give praise to KD,
if I'm gonna give praise to KD, what?
I'm saying not you, but I'm saying people. I'm saying the general people, the public. If you're gonna give praise to KD for this losing effort, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give respect to LeBron more. You got to put more respect on LeBron's name, just based on the fact of how LeBron has carried a bunch of nobodies. He had Kyrie, but for the most part, the year before the Warriors' first ring, He lost Kevin Love and Kyrie. And he still put up a good fucking effort to try to beat them boys. But they lost. He lost. The year he won, the only one that showed up was Kyrie. Kevin Love disappeared like a motherfucker. So LeBron really, it was just him and Kyrie. And Kyrie ain't really do too much till he made that fucking shot in front of Curry.
Talking about that was a long time ago. In
LeBron
Cleveland, I'm
really
talking about
was
right now in LA. You got somebody like Anthony Davis, who
that is my point.
He was hurt, but like you said, he has a history of taking shitty teams to the finals, and he got taken out in the first round.
So that's my point.
It was against the Suns, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but that's my point though. That is my whole point. LeBron was hurt this year with the ankle shit, and he
the one that he's never gonna recover from, the one he's never gonna be the same because of that injury. Is that same ankle injury?
I don't think y'all understand how explosive LeBron's game is. Like, you really got to understand like how he plays. Like, look this whole Lakers stint, how he plays. He's still explosive. He's not dunking like when he was in Cleveland or Miami the first two times, or even the last go round in Cleveland. He's dunking explosive, but it's still, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's still getting up, but everything's explosive. He dribbles with explosion. He you know what I'm saying? He jumps the pass all the time. You're like, LeBron is an explosive player, and yeah, he needs his ankle, he needs his groin for that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you broke your ankle, tore an Achilles,
oh man,
I can understand. Like you whole, like, I'm never gonna be the same. Like it's gonna be something. But an ankle sprain. A minor one at that, one that he came back from after what, like a couple of days?
Nah, it wasn't a couple of days. That man was out.
Was it a week?
Nah, he was out.
He was out like a month.
He was out a month with that thing?
Yeah, he was out for a minute, yeah.
Was it a high and low ankle sprain? Like what?
Bro, you
look up the injury. What was the full injury report on what it was? What was it? Because it all depends. Because I'm sorry, when I first heard, this ankle sprain is going to be like, it's hard to, and I'm like, an ankle sprain. I get it to 17. a basketball player ankle sprain. That's like, but I don't know. I've never I've had ankle sprains before. They're not like something that's going to honestly affect your career for the rest of your life. I don't think.
You're tripping. Man, look, LeBron has been an explosive player his whole life. If you've been playing with that much explosion your whole life, and in year 17, you fuck your ankle up because of some dumb motherfucker named Solomon, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro, that might have fucked my career. Like, year 17, my trajectory was probably to play with my son. That's probably what he was trying to do.
Yeah, he missed 27 games.
See what I'm saying? I thought it was days. It was games.
27 games.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm trying to get you to understand, dog. An ankle injury to a basketball player will fuck your shit up.
It puts him for that long. Like,
especially when you're trying to do certain cuts and moves.
Ankle sprains, even in football, dudes come back after like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, but they get taped up in football and basketball. You can't tape up your foot like that.
Why not?
You can't jump off of it like that with it all taped up like that.
Yeah.
Has anybody tried?
You hurt yourself more tapping your foot stiff.
I mean, if it's keeping your ankle in place, like if not spat, like an ankle brace or something. No, nobody's decided to do that in the NBA. Like nobody taking ankle prevention. Yeah, he would be fucking up his ankles every year, and then he got ankle braces, and he was fine. He figured out, maybe I should protect my ankles and put on braces. And then after that point, started working to make himself stronger. That's what you're supposed to do. Why hasn't anybody else done that? Why hasn't anybody else done? You know what? I know I haven't had any ankle sprains, but this far into my career and what I do, I might want to take some preventative measures to make sure that I don't get to that point and put on either an ankle brace or some sort of protection of the ankle.
No, that
How has
was
that not been?
That wasn't a regular injury. That wasn't a regular. I wasn't protecting myself injury. LeBron pays the most money in NBA to protect his body every year.
He spends over $1 million a year.
Man, bro. Solomon Hill hurt LeBron, bro. He did that. Like that's what happened, and he was out for 27 games. People on LeBron head because people revere him as like is the best player in the game and shit like that. So they expected him to keep up that Lakers standard of them boys playing. So they trying to rush him to come back to play because of what LeBron has done his whole career. He's been Iron Man. It's like, damn, I can't get hurt late in my fucking career, fam. Like, come on, dog. Like, let's be real. Like, it's been a lot of players that don't got hurt. That's why I said Steph. Steph has been hurt all the motherfucking time. Now they saying he the best shooter of all time.
Yes.
Because of 5 years. Think about it. 5 years of that man being great for 5 years, and he the best shooter of all time. LeBron
because of the records.
Finals. LeBron went to the finals for 10 straight years, and they still giving this man shit, man.
Because he only won 3 out of those 10.
He took nobody's. The ones that he lost.
Yeah, like, Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, the 2 of them.
Okay, and we went to what? We went to 4, and we won 2. So we went half, and we lost to Dallas. That was a complete team, and then we lost
to San Antonio. Yeah,
both of those are complete teams with Hall of Famers.
Yeah, but you can't say
everywhere.
you can't say you had nobodies on your team, though.
I didn't say that. I said the other teams.
Matt Six, did he not say that?
I'm saying
the other teams.
You're isolated to Miami. I'm not saying Miami.
I'm just saying
he
had
Chris
one
Bosh and LeBron. He had Ray Allen. Okay, and he had Kyrie Irving. Kevin Love wasn't a factor. He had Kyrie Irving. So 2 players playing against the 3, and Clay, Draymond, and fucking Curry. And then when LeBron played them, when he had to play KD back-to-back, it's 4 of them motherfuckers versus him and Kyrie. And he didn't even have Kyrie the second goddamn time. He had George Hill and fucking J.R. Smith doing that dumb shit at the end of the game. And it was just LeBron. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Like, LeBron was in the finals with them dumb motherfuckers. But you forgetting that. Like, yeah, you can slander the man, but he took
up until they got to
motherfuckers.
But the thing is, up until they got into the finals, he had Kyrie and everybody playing with him when he got into the finals. They got hurt in the finals. So I'm saying getting up to that point, in the finals, it's okay. It's going to be a little bit more difficult.
The first finals when they played the Warriors, Kyrie got hurt before that. Kyrie came back and got hurt again. He re-aggravated. He broke his kneecap. That's what happened in the finals. He already had a fucking injury, and then he broke his kneecap on Steph. I remember that shit vividly because I had money on that shit, and I lost. Nigga, I was staying at my coach house when I was playing semi-pro. We had money on that game. I was hot. They was like, Kyrie broke his kneecap. I was hot. So it's like, come on, dog. Then he's supposed to have Kevin Love. It's supposed to be a big 3. Kevin Love he got hurt. Nowhere to be fucking found. Matter of fact, Kevin Love got hurt the series before when Kelly Olynyk pulled his damn shoulder out the socket. Like, these boys is getting hurt for real. And LeBron's still taking the boys to the finals and still putting up a fight. I recognize the man greatness. Yes, he should have won more because of how they revere him. He coming out the chosen one out of high school. You know what I'm saying? They giving him all this motherfucking praise. Yeah, you should.
I'm not gonna deny the greatness or anything else like that. What he's done and what he's impacted the game, throughout his career, not just on the court but off the court. What he's done. LeBron James is by far top three greatest players of all time, influentially and on the floor, and especially on how they're influencing the up and coming generations on how they play the game. You got guys who are just these gigantic monsters who are athletic as shit, playing the game now because of guys like LeBron James. You got epic shooters in the game now because of guys like Stephen Curry. You got all these guys that are influencing the game, which makes them GOATs. So when you look at everything that LeBron had and he got to that point, yeah, of course the greatness is there, but still got to remember he did have a long period at the beginning of his career where he didn't fucking show up in the fourth quarter ever. When he was at Cleveland or when even at the first few years in Miami, he wasn't clutch LeBron at all. It wasn't until it was he did at that point.
D-Wade taught him. D-Wade taught him.
He had to because D-Wade had a title at that point.
Yeah, we already had one. That's why I would say D-Wade was my favorite player after Shaq. For sure.
The arrogance to promise like back-to-back titles when you first got there.
I mean, they was young. You got to think about it. At that time, LeBron was what, 24?
And LeBron was at the peak of his powers.
Yeah, but he's 24 years old.
No, I know.
He's 24 years old, though. He just talking like a 24-year-old would. Flamboyant as fuck, saying some wild shit. You got your boy, he 26, talking some wild shit. Chris Bosh was like 26, 27, somewhere in there. They about around the same age. You know what I'm saying? They always just talking some wild reckless shit, being young.
Yep.
They went to it. They lost to a complete team. They figured it out, and they won back to back. So they was close, but the back to back, you played the Spurs again. The boys figured you out. So that's all it was. You played a complete team. You played a complete team of Hall of Famers. Them boys already had 4 rings before that. So I mean, you losing like some of these teams LeBron lose to. He lost to the Spurs his 3rd year in the league. It was like 3rd or 4th year in the league. LeBron went to the finals, had no bodies. So him not being able to close, I'm like, all right, cool, I guess, in big moments. But it's like, you gotta think about it, man, be exhausted. Like, he be exhausted. Like, people forget that. He doing everything. The man fucking tired. Like, you like, put in your mind, you at work. You working for 4 other motherfuckers. You'll be tired around 5 o'clock. I promise you. You start at 9, you be tired as shit around 5, and you don't want to talk to nobody. You ain't gonna do nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you working for 4 other motherfuckers. You doing 5 people worth of work. Come on, dog. And I ain't gonna just make it seem like his other teammates not showing up. So let me not disrespect, but it's like for the most part, in those opportunities, you're not, because LeBron a passer. He's a complete player. He ain't gonna just try to force something. He'll pass it off to somebody that's open.
Yep.
So I wanted to get that so you can get in commercial.
Not commercial, just we'll grab into your topic while we're on the NBA, but just a quick update on what's going on. The Hawks beating the Sixers 93-90 with 1:30 left in the fourth quarter. So it's a close one, definitely coming down to the wire again, but can Trae Young and the Hawks fucking keep it going for Atlanta? I don't know. I called Atlanta early on, but they were showing some signs of kind of slowing down and stuff like that against the Sixers, but now it's just like, oh shit, they might actually be that team. But yeah, that's a quick update on that. 76ers actually just scored a 2 right now, so they're down 1 with a minute left in the game. But to your topic, Country K, NBA wise, what the fuck is happening in Dallas?
So before I get into the topic, I want to comment on that just real quick. This game, the Philly and Atlanta game, going to depict who wins the title. In my opinion. Because if Philly wins, Philly pull this shit out. I feel like Philly can beat Phoenix. But if fucking Atlanta wins, I feel like Phoenix can beat them. Or fucking Milwaukee might beat Atlanta. That's what I feel. But
you think Milwaukee's gonna make the finals though?
No, I feel like Atlanta's beatable between
Milwaukee and whoever else, and Phoenix.
Uh-oh. So I feel like it'll be Phoenix.
Oh, Atlanta just hit a shot. 94-92. All right, what's going on in Dallas, okay? Luka wants out. What's happening?
So pretty much it's the shit show. they just gave Dirk so much praise. They just gave Dirk so much praise before Juneteenth, and then they had to have so much misery going at the same goddamn on time. So, firstly, shout out to Dirk. I'm gonna jump on this wagon. Shout out to Dirk. You know what I'm saying? Being part of the culture, they showed Dirk walking into games walking into a game with a fucking goddamn paper plate with some foil on top. They was like, that's the fucking goddamn black mom special. She quickly to give you that. You know what I'm saying?
His wife.
And his birthday being in Juneteenth, obviously he got a black wife, you know what I'm saying? Because she definitely been supportive of him for so long.
Hey, he was all in for NBA. He was all in. Dirk was all in, bro.
For real. Dirk bought into the Texas lifestyle. Dirk for sure bought into the Texas lifestyle. Dirk is for sure love.
Good for him.
So yeah, that's what's going on. I wanted to give that because now it's going downhill. So the Hall of Fame coach Carlisle, because he's definitely making the Hall of Fame. Coach Carlisle quit with 2 years left to go on his deal. He quit.
So, I thought they released him.
Fuck no, he quit.
Nah, he quit.
Oh,
he quit, fam. Hey, but damn. Here's the kicker. The man said, so no, here's the kicker. Coach Carlisle said, I still want to coach. I just don't want to coach for y'all. That's what's going on in the organization, apparently, because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Some shit going on, but ain't nobody gonna just quit their job on 2 years left on the contract and they getting good money and you got good players. Yeah, you're gonna be tired of losing, but you still, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel like you're tarnishing his legacy. That's probably what's going on. We getting right there and you fucking losing, choking the bucket. You know what I'm saying? So also, it's rumored that Luka want to get the fuck from out of town. And then you heard what Porzingis was saying about being a fucking goddamn bigger entity and shit like that. And I'm like, yo.
He took a back seat to Luka big time. He did. When he came in, they were talking. Man. At that point, they were talking Porzingis and Luka, these two together. It's going to be insane. And then it quickly just became the Luka show, and Porzingis was basically an afterthought.
Fam, let's be all the way the fuck honest. Luka will have a game where he's giving 17 assists. Luka will pass the motherfucking ball. Like, they got him lined up at point. Luka will pass the ball. You a big man. Your issue was, fam, you wasn't making enough damn shots and you wanted to shoot threes. So you behind the three-point line, you're not making enough to be sitting here being at the line. So the last game y'all lost, you had 16 points, fam. You could have way more than 16 points. You had all them damn boards and 16 points. Like, bro, you look terrible. You gonna talk shit. That's backup. That's backup minutes. The 6 men in a year can average 16, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, you coming off the bench, fam. Like, those are bench man numbers. Like, that's not second player. Oh, we don't, like, no, bro. You like Luka can get 45 as well. Like yeah, it'll be the Luka show. If my player getting 45 and he can get 17 assists in the game too, he can give me a 30-piece and 17 assists. Do what you do, brother. We trying to win. Now we can put some pieces around him so his assists will make sense, not just empty assists. We get players that can finish.
Yeah.
Porzingis, you're not finishing. If you're getting 16 points and you over 7 feet tall, you get 16 points, fam. Look what Joel Embiid doing. You ain't got to be that dude. You know what I'm saying? He's shooting threes. He's making the motherfuckers too.
Hey, Embiid has 8 turnovers in this game.
They on his ass.
Hey, speaking of somebody on his ass, I know it's kind of going back to like Milwaukee and stuff like that, but how fucking hilarious was that the Brooklyn Nets fans were counting how long it took for Giannis to actually shoot a free throw? They were counting down the seconds.
It was Harden complaining about that shit the other day, wasn't it? Yeah.
Well, there's a 10-second rule.
Yeah.
And he goes past the 10-second rule every single time because the 10-second rule starts as soon as the ball gets into his hands. Mm-hmm. But he has a whole little routine before he even touches the fucking ball.
Yeah.
So you got the fans that are in the crowd. One, two, three, just counting. I think he got to like 14 seconds at one point, and then he airballed one, and the fans just lost their shit. I mean, in the long,
them fans at home right now, though.
Yeah, I mean, in the long run, Giannis got the last laugh for sure. But that's like, come on, man. Why you got to take that long to shoot a fucking free throw? Why is it that much needed in a routine to actually do that? Like, they got to come up with some sort of rule.
Routine. They fucked up his shooting routine. Firstly, it is a rule in place. They fucked up his shooting routine. Giannis used to be able to shoot. Like when Giannis was fucking terribly skinny and shit like that, Giannis can shoot. He can shoot a little bit. Mm-hmm. When they had Larry Sanders and shit and Ilyasova, yeah, when Giannis was there, then that was his like first couple years. I say, what, first 3 years and under, bro. Giannis can shoot a little bit. They fucked his old shooting up, so he gained that weight.
Shoot for shit now.
I guess because he be dunking so damn much, he be fucking his damn hand up. That's my only guess. He ain't figured out how to fucking just bam that bitch and still be able to shoot. I mean, shit. LeBron dunk a lot. He be missing the fuck out of his free throws.
Well, Philly can kiss it goodbye. It's a wrap for them.
Yep. 10 seconds left.
103.96. Yeah.
Yep. 103.96 with 10 seconds left.
Yeah,
Philly going bye-bye. Atlanta is going to make a series against who are they playing? The Bucks.
Milwaukee.
Yeah. They're playing fucking Milwaukee, bro. Atlanta, Milwaukee.
I think Giannis going to have a field day.
Here's my championship prediction.
I'm going to take Atlanta.
Championship prediction, Phoenix Suns win. Chris Paul get his first MVP, first fucking ring. Devin Booker gets MVP of the finals.
I'm gonna have to go back a few episodes to see what I originally, the first thing that I called. But if I'm not mistaken, I did call Atlanta Hawks, Phoenix Suns in the finals. I'm pretty sure I called that.
No,
if that happens,
sure you was on the Brooklyn train, family.
So no, I was not. I wasn't on the Brooklyn train. I was not.
I think I said Brooklyn. I know I said Brooklyn. I said Brooklyn and Phoenix. I said Brooklyn, Utah.
Brooklyn, okay. Yeah, you said Brooklyn. Bro, I'm pretty sure I said Atlanta and Phoenix would be a nice.
I know I was going back. I know I was going back and forth a lot on mine because I was going it based off of Miami. When they swept us, I said Milwaukee. I said this at first. I said Milwaukee might fuck around, go to the finals. But then I also said Brooklyn out there. So I kind of went off of what Brooklyn was doing, how they was whooping the shit out of people. But then when Kyrie got hurt, I said Milwaukee going. That's what I said. I never said Atlanta. I said when Kyrie got hurt, I said Milwaukee got it. I said it's going to be either Milwaukee or fucking goddamn on Philly. But then Philly just lost to these boys. I had Philly.
Trae Young is on fire.
Yeah, but who do Atlanta got that's a big man that can cover Giannis?
They got a shitload of big
men.
They got to
fucking just match it point for point.
They got Jason Collins at the 4, and they got Clint Capella at the 5. So that's they big. That's Giannis and fucking Lopez.
That's right. They do got Capella, yeah.
And they got fucking goddamn. They got Collins, Jason Collins on the bench. Mm-hmm. And they got a shitload of big men over there. And they got fucking what's brother name? He played at Duke. Cam Reddish.
Next time I get paid, I'm gonna go put a bet down and call it fucking. It's gonna be the Hawks and the Suns in the finals, and I think it's gonna go all the way to 6 games with the Suns holding up the trophy. That's what I think is gonna happen.
But don't money because I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna be battle of the coaches first off because Nate McMillan doing his damn thing in Atlanta. But I'm gonna be all the way honest with you, Coach Budenholzer out there fucking he doing his damn thing, and they got Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday was my X factor against Brooklyn, especially when Kyrie got hurt. Drew Holiday was my X factor. I knew it. I was saying that shit out. I'm like, Drew Holiday. I'm telling you, I knew it. And he was killing yesterday. Giannis had a very good game, but they highlighting Giannis' game, but Drew Holiday was killing too in that fourth quarter. But
yeah. I don't know, man. I think Atlanta's riding. They're riding big time momentum right now, and I think even against Milwaukee, it's going to be. I don't think Milwaukee's going to be able to stop them. I'm just going to say that.
You really tripping right now, bro.
How am I tripping? How is that so hard to believe?
Is Giannis finna put it on that ass?
Yeah, bro. Giannis won MVP twice for a reason. They ain't got the. I said they got big man, but I don't think they defensively inclined to stop Giannis like Brooklyn was, as such as like KD guarding Giannis.
Yeah, they don't have like a KD,
to cancel out Giannis' scoring ability, and Drew Holiday gonna give you buckets too. They got Trey. Trey will give you buckets, but Trey will go up and down. Trey shit based on threes. And if Drew Holiday fucking goddamn, if he going defensively in his ass, you know what I'm saying?
In it?
I don't know.
How in it are we talking? We talking white on rice, or are we talking like?
I'm talking about pieces of Charmin's residue. Pieces of Charmin residue. I'm telling you, like that in your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's gonna be a fucking great series, though. I'll tell you that. I'm gonna be watching. I was saying I got to get my fucking YouTube TV or whatever back on.
That's the only way. We gotta
get my sports and everything.
Drew Holiday gotta play Trey like Russell Westbrook play fucking Steph. That's the way Drew Holiday gotta play Trey. He gotta play like how Russell plays Steph. He gotta take Russell playbook 100%. Have to. That's the only way that works. Because if you don't do that, Trey gonna fucking go crazy. Because Trey has been going crazy.
It's very true.
And
all right, everybody. Before we get out of here, real quick NFL news, because it wouldn't be a fucking all-pro JAFFO show without some football news, at least in it. Off season's a little slow, but not something that was actually pretty fucking interesting that happened this weekend. Alvin Kamara was appointed as NASCAR's first growth and engagement advisor. I didn't know Kamara was even interested in NASCAR enough to, actually become an advisor to. Does Alvin Kamara know something about NASCAR that we don't, to where he's now an advisor of growth? So what are we looking at when we're talking growth and engagement advisor? Is he talking about reaching out to more minority fans?
That's what I think it has to do. Yeah, trying to maybe diversify NASCAR more.
The fan base.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, good for them. If that's their goal, if they want to diversify, get more than just their, current white. It's a predominantly white fan base. Let's be real. Yeah. Like most fans of NASCAR are mostly white. So if you want to diversify it and everything else like that, and get more people involved, more people in minorities, either black or Mexican or anybody else, to kind of look at NASCAR differently, I mean, do what you got to do. That's more money in your pockets.
I'm waiting for the Flying Hawaiian. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm waiting for the first one. I'm waiting. I can't wait for that one.
The first Flying Hawaiian, when the first NASCAR driver's fully Hawaiian, they call him a Flying Hawaiian.
They gonna call him that. It's gonna be it's gonna be right in their face. They gonna say it. I know it. It's too easy.
Who gets into NASCAR in Hawaii though? How would you be able to even do that?
The same
you would have to leave Hawaii to do it.
The same way you do if you from any state that don't got NASCAR. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be crazy. But I mean, good for NASCAR though. I mean, I don't see, because I've actually seen some shit on Twitter, like people like, oh, NASCAR is just trying to, they want to make it look like this to kind of cover up for. I'm like, honestly, what is so wrong with wanting to diversify your fan base?
It's
I mean, regardless of timing, whatever. I mean, is I don't know, man. I'm just saying, like,
where they coming from, but I also understand.
Like, it's like,
you gotta understand, like
it's conveniently timed that you're doing that. Well, okay, when is not conveniently timed? You tell me when we need to finally allow this to happen. When will it be conveniently timed? Because the fight's not going to stop until full equality is happening.
Granted, I get it.
So when is a good time to be able to kind of go, especially when you're NASCAR and you know that you're basically going against a lot of your fan base's political beliefs by doing something like this right here. So why would you basically hurt the money that's already, the billions of dollars that are coming into that sport with that fan base? Why would you want to? It's the only reason why you would want to do that is if you were actually trying to be a beacon for that. You know what? We know we've had a certain style of sport, like we've only had a certain group of people who do this sport, but that doesn't mean it can't be open to anybody. You got, was it Buddy, who's that NASCAR, the black NASCAR driver?
Bubba Wallace, man.
Bubba Wallace,
yeah, I was definitely getting to that.
You know, you got guys like Bubba Wallace who are out there, you know, putting his voice, using that platform to actually get some equality into that sport. You got more guys that are actually in the up and coming ranks and stuff like that that apparently are coming in to NASCAR that are minorities and stuff like that. You got guys from overseas who were former Formula One drivers and stuff like that coming into NASCAR. So it is getting more diverse. I'm just saying, like, whether it's timing or whether it's not, I think it's a good thing that NASCAR is actually at least making an effort to show that, yeah, our fan base may be something, but we believe in certain things, whether our fan base likes it or not. You know, we believe that there's an equality factor that needs to happen, whether it's in this sport or in America to begin with. You know, why not try and, I mean, would it better for them to just not do anything? I mean, they started by banning all Confederate flags and stuff like that from all of their events. You know, that they started doing all of that. Everyone, holy shit, because that, again, most of their fan base, they all rock that shit. You know, so they've already made the steps to kind of get to a point to show that they're with, you know, especially the black community.
Yeah.
So why is this any different than that? And why is this looked down upon, even though it's something that is, I think it's awesome. I think it's amazing how NASCAR is trying to expand their horizons. It shows growth. It shows that you want to get better.
That's why I say yes, and that's why I say yes and no. So yes, I agree with you, but I completely understand why they're upset about it, because it is timing. Because now that you mentioned Bubba Wallace had a damn noose in his damn fucking shit.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
So yeah, that wasn't
that was right after the Confederate flags were banned. People were doing that type of shit in protest to the banning of those. And Bubba Wallace was actually a big factor in that happening. So
that's what I'm saying. So my point of that is they do that, and then now NASCAR is trying to fucking also smooth it over a little bit more, because that was in between the Confederate flags and this now. So you kind of got to, that's what I'm saying, that the appearance is you're trying to smooth it over and do that, which it could have been in their plan to reach out to different players the whole time, like different people in different avenues, you know what I'm saying, that are different minorities. They could have been they playing the whole time, man. I'm just trying to give you the perspective of the other.
So then why be mad at NASCAR for the quote unquote timing, but praise Alvin Kamara for doing it? Like, everyone's telling you, hey, do what you got to do, spread the diversity, doing everything like that. But then they're giving NASCAR shit for the time. Like, what? I mean, come on now. If we really want the real, like, growth and the equality, everything to come like that, we got to look at both of these guys and be like, hey, whether perfect timing or whatever it is, we're changing the game. We're changing the way NASCAR is looked at from a minority perspective. Like, why can't both guys be praised for that? I don't understand.
I'm not saying that both people can't. What I'm saying is it's all on perspective. That's the way it looks. It looks the way that's the way it looks. So I'm not saying they're not and they're doing anything wrong or anything like that. So that's not the stance I'm taking. I'm just understanding their perspective. So like I said, they can praise Alvin Kamara because he had the ability to get in there at the time they're trying to do some fucking cover up or clean up shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's what the perspective is. But like I said, I feel like that could have been their agenda the whole time to do that. You know what I'm saying? Due to going back to the George Floyd shit, which will make them fucking do the whole Confederate flag shit because that's what stemmed all the other states to fucking do the Confederate flag shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like all of that is just a trickle effect. Like it's going to spill over to different shit, but it's at the same time, I feel like that could have been on their agenda or they could be just doing that shit. But they calling them out now to see if they gonna do that because if it was their intention to do it the whole time and they were being 100% genuine about it, it wouldn't be nothing to thwart off that shit.
So does that make it? So does that make it really not okay to kind of be reactionary in the moment?
Yeah, but if that's the reaction of the masses, then I understand their perspective. But if that's what's the only thing being visible is the negative, and they getting a whole bunch of praise from a lot of different people of the minority population, then you gonna have haters. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody ain't gonna think everything you're doing is cool.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
What do you think, Mad Six? I mean, especially you being in an organization, the protests and stuff like that. You know, you and I, everything that we've seen and everything. When you see something like this, is it something? Does it make you feel some type of way? Is it like, does it need more? Is it? I mean, how do you look at something like this?
I mean, like my feeling on it is like you got to start somewhere. Like like they've already banned the Confederate flag, so they started there. Now this, like you can't just like end on this stuff. Like there just has to be like complete change. Like a lot of these places, not really like change like your image or whatever, but you have to like you got to realize this is a diverse country. It ain't just it ain't just the whites just don't have the power no more. It ain't like that. Like So like, everybody's rising up. So it's like you have to change. You got to evolve with the country or you get left behind. You got to evolve with the times. Like if you don't evolve, you're going to get left behind because it's going to change. Change is coming. So
again, it's got to start at some point. I don't know. I just don't really like the argument of like, oh, the timing is bad. It's like, well, you can really say timing on certain things, is bad on other things that have happened in history. But in hindsight, you look at it going, well, timing really couldn't have been any better because, when is a good time other than right now to do something good?
Mm-hmm. The time is now.
Like, instead of waiting on it to just fucking, you call it timing, you call it whatever you want, but like to get mad at an organization who wants to bring diversified change to their sport. I mean, I don't know. Again, they've had a history. Their history is their history, but they're trying to change it. They're trying to make it better. So I don't know, just vilifying them in a way and, giving Kamara really, I mean, again, you give credit where credit is due. Kamara deserves all the credit in the world for what he's doing. That's a huge step in the right direction on his part. I'm not taking anything away from him. What I'm saying is the people who are saying anything bad about NASCAR for doing this for whatever reason, like, oh, it's for political gain or it's just something for their bottom dollar. Well, yeah, everything is for their bottom dollar. It's a fucking business. They're going to do everything that they can to make more money. we're in a capitalist country. That's how it works. So whether their bottom dollar changes or not, that's irrelevant to the fact that they're actually trying to bring genuine, diverse change. So why vilify a company for that? So I don't know. Again, I go back to what I said before. NASCAR, I like what they're doing. Keep up. Keep up the fight. Keep everything going. Keep change. Again, this is only going to inspire more change. Because shit. If NASCAR can do this, any organization or sporting organization or whatever can do it too. There's no excuse.
And if you look at it like baseball did it, like they finally accepted the National Negro League, the Negro Baseball League. Like,
that was long overdue.
You gotta start somewhere. Like, there definitely can be more change, but like even with the whole like Juneteenth thing, like people were like, there's like both sides of it. Like, yeah, we got a holiday, and people was like, we want more than that. It's like, well, you got to start somewhere. Like, you can't expect them to just give you everything all at one time. Like, I wish it was that way, but it's not gonna be that way. You gotta, take, baby steps. Like, we'll get there. Like, we'll get there.
Patience is a virtue, people. Patience is a virtue. Just be patient. You keep up the fight and be patient. Good things will happen.
Mm-hmm.
Good things will happen. If you come over it just rushing and over it needs to happen. That you're always going to stay mad because it's never going to happen the way or right now the way you want it to.
Yeah,
that's just life. You got to get through it one day at a time. Take it one step. Change one mind at a time. Every single day, and eventually, as time goes on, you're going to see the change that you want to see.
Yeah.
So, on that note, everybody, fucking nasty bastard.
What? You heard that? My bad.
I'm like, what the fuck? Damn. Over here on
weirdly enough, I burped at the same damn time. So that's why I was looking like, what the fuck? Y'all heard me? I burped low. Like, my shit was low. I tried to mask it. Like, nasty motherfucker. I'm like, damn, he called me? Your fucking AirPods are amazing.
I was listening to it. I'm like, damn, we ended on that type of note. And then, like, you fucking... Oh, come on, man.
Funny as fuck.
Oh, shit. Well, again, guys, thank you guys for hanging out with us on this episode of the All Pro JAFFO on Sunday. Again, happy Father's Day to everybody. Matt Six, happy Father's Day, sir.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Happy Father's Day to you. Man. Hope enjoyed your time with your family. I hope everybody out there enjoyed time with their family, all the fathers that are out there fucking kicking ass and doing it the right way. This one's out to you guys. And once again, happy Juneteenth, belated Juneteenth to everybody else. It's a national holiday. Step in the right direction. Let's keep it going. And once again, episode brought to you by Raise Energy. Go get it now. The strawberry lemonade flavor is now out. It just came out this Friday. So go get you a case. They're going to run out soon, and then you're going to be put on a waiting list, for the next time they, recop in their warehouses. So get your cases now. Go to repsports.com, REPP sports.com. Get yourself your case. Use the promo code ALPHARAISE at checkout. Get 15% off of your order. Go get it now while supplies last. Then you're going to have to be waiting. So go do it. Strawberry lemonade, new flavors.
I might have to try this one. This one looks enticing to me. This one looks enticing. How is the drinks in general? Y'all both had it, right? Because I don't do energy drinks.
For me at least, because I'm trying to get away from like all that sugar. A lot of energy drinks have a shit ton of sugar on top of the caffeine that they have. So this one, it's got 300 milligrams of caffeine, so it's about equivalent to 2.5 cups of coffee, but it's got no sugar. And most people in a day probably drink about 2 to 3 cups of coffee, depending on what they're doing in the day. So one can, can pretty much get you through the day. No crash or anything else like that. That's the one thing I like about it, though. You've always had an energy drink, and then after a while, you just start to feel hella lethargic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for me, it doesn't happen that way with Rays. And they keep coming out with more and more flavors. Like I said, this strawberry lemonade one, like, I'm excited for them to one day come out. You ever had like the cherry limeade flavors?
Mm-hmm.
From Sonic?
Like carbonate, whether from Sonic or wherever, dude, like carbonated cherry limeade flavor. Oh,
yeah.
We might have to put that idea out to them and let them know, hey, let's go get this new flavor out there soon.
Well, then I'm going to just go to reppsports.com and hit Alpha Rays and the damn shit and get my little percent off. I'm going to try this shit for the first time. Y'all can try this shit with me. I might do that shit on air.
Oh, well, I mean, eventually I'm going to get a mini fridge.
So before we close, you know what I'm saying?
Put shit on
I didn't say it last week, but congratulations. Oh.
To who?
That'd be dope.
Congratulations?
Oh, yeah, I want to say congratulations. I want to say congratulations because my internet's choppy over here, and it told me that the signal was unstable. So that's why I waited. I gave it a pause. So, I want to say congratulations to my teammate Warren, you know what I'm saying, on his nuptials. My boy got married, what was last week? I was out in Sac. It was last week, I'm pretty sure. It was last week.
Yep, last Friday.
Yeah. So, congratulations to my boy Warren. And said, that's a weird-ass story. I'm going to say that shit on air, but I'm not going to say it today, so. Yeah, congratulations to my boy
story
Warren.
for another time.
Another fucking day.
We'll get the build up with a nice cliffhanger going on this one.
Yeah, most definitely. But yeah,
Tune in next week.
My boy.
Tune in next week, everybody. Hopefully Jen will be with us that day again soon. Hopefully next week. We're hoping all of us will be together. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck to get a .com and get the merchandise store and everything like that going. So hopefully that's going to be coming soon as well. I've seen a lot of things
on Squarespace. GoDaddy.com.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like actually building the web, like getting the domain name, but like actually building the website. Like you can get this. I'm not really good with all that shit, so I got to figure that out.
Squarespace builds the website. That's what I'm saying. They get you your domain name and they build the shit. And GoDaddy, that's what you're doing the whole time, basically. Like you can do that shit step by step, and they'll walk you through it. You just got to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? They'll walk you through it step by step. It's a bunch of different avenues to do that shit, but those are the two I saw when I was doing the other shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So we got to figure that out soon because it's not real without a .com. We need a .com.
Yeah, for sure. And we can get a Shopify real quick to get some merch popping. So we can have some. And I need to send you this damn PNG because you got that picture in the corner when you do the memes. I got to send you the PNG and put it in the group.
For that one?
For the podcast, man. The PNG, the little, logo that's basically all cut out and shit. Yeah.
So we can put that on the merchandise. Yeah.
Well, the merch, yes, but I mean for your memes.
I already have it on there. It's saved like a watermark or something like that on the app that I use.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like a full picture. You can put the PNG on there and it'll be all cut out.
Okay.
And the watermark won't be seen. I gotta
get more keen with doing the .com shit. So we'll get that figured out. But there's a lot coming for this podcast. You don't want to be late to it. For myself, JP, for the best DJ in the whole fucking world, DJ Madsticks. For the 610 Beast for the Southeast, Mr. Country K. If you don't know, you fucking will.
You know.
Deuces, y'all. See y'all later.